Avenue in Tempe is named after the Hayden Flour Mill, originally built by Hayden in 1874.
Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
Washington Week is an island of civil discourse in a chaotic media environment. On Friday night, we gather the best reporters in the nation and have a conversation that's about informing the American people.
Washington Week.
All new Friday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Tonight, Phoenix City Council is considering a civilian review of police conduct and other police department reforms.
Also, Arizona is taking part in the nationwide protest to close detention facilities holding migrant children and families.
And surfing in the valley, we look at one of the oldest wave pools in the U.S. and why surfers love it.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Owen Evans.
And I'm Kyla Wilcher. Thank you for joining us. After the viral video of Phoenix police drawing their guns on a family was seen around the world, the city of Phoenix is reviewing solutions to improve community police relations.
This evening, Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams unveiled her 5-point plan for changes at a city council meeting.
Any unprofessional behavior reflects on everyone in the police department. There are thousands of police employees who do not deserve this perception. I accept the perception is greater than reality and that we must work to change this. However, until the community sees some actionable steps, all the discussion will be for naught. It's my goal to make changes that will make us a better police department for all whom we've served.
Here's a look at that 5-point plan. Chief Jerry Williams says she will focus on communicating clear expectations to employees, modernizing technology and processes, assessing best practices, improving training, and surveying the community for feedback.
The Phoenix City Council may also create civilian oversight over the Phoenix Police Department and make 2 other major changes.
Cronkite News reporter Jessie Jo Pauley is live at the City Council meeting to explain how those proposals might work.
One of those changes included is the creation of a Civilian Review Oversight Board. Now, according to the National Association for Civilian Oversight of Law Enforcement, the mission of such group falls into 3 major categories: review-focused, auditor, and investigations. These areas have different strategies, from reviewing complaints about police misconduct, to monitoring data like trends on police performance, to establishing subpoena and disciplinary power. The council today is considering, out of other U.S. cities, what might have the best model for it to follow. The City Council is also talking about the possibility of surveying the public and police employees in order to help create police policies. And finally, the city may pursue a software program that would store and view all officer data in one place in order to improve training and performance. Now, the meeting was supposed to be held in City Hall, but today they're at the Orpheum Theater due to power outages because of a spark underground. Now, that left plenty of parts in Phoenix without power. In Phoenix, reporting live for Cronkite News, I'm Jessie Jo Pauley.
Here's a bird's eye view of where Jessie Jo was standing. That power outage she mentioned is a result of an underground fire that killed 1 utility worker Sunday night. It has affected a sizable amount of downtown Phoenix. You can see here the buildings that are still without power, including the Wells Fargo Tower, the Phoenix Municipal Building, the Maricopa County Administration Building, and even the South Hall of the Phoenix Convention Center. Now, APS acknowledged the issue in a press release on Monday. They say power should be restored to 3 of the 4 buildings by tomorrow. Power at the Wells Fargo Tower could come back as early as Friday.
The fallout from a ProPublica investigation that found racist and misogynistic posts in a private Border Patrol Facebook group continues as Customs and Border Protection officials launch an investigation. Among the group's most offensive posts were discussions of recent migrant deaths, including that of a 16-year-old Guatemalan boy who died in May while he was in Border Patrol custody in Texas. Other posts joked about throwing burritos at Hispanic lawmakers visiting its facilities.
Cronkite News reached out to CBP's Tucson sector for reaction. They responded by sending us this statement attributed to U.S. Border Patrol Chief Carla Provost. It says in part, quote, "These posts are completely inappropriate and contrary to the honor and integrity I see and expect from our agents day in and day out. Any employees found to have violated our standards of conduct will be held accountable, end quote. Meanwhile, across the U.S. today, people gathered demanding the closure of immigrant detention centers they say subject children and families to horrific conditions. Dozens of protesters participated as part of the initiative #CloseTheCamps. Cronkite News reporter Amanda Slee learned more about what the group is asking for. Amanda?
Protesters stood in a circle outside Congressman Greg Stanton's Phoenix office today. They shared quotes from children in the detention centers and offered their thoughts about how people are being treated in what they are calling concentration camps. One of the organizers, Janine Gelsinger, is encouraging people to bring others to the next protest.
We're really hoping to inspire people to take action in calling their representatives, emailing their representatives, making appointments with their representatives, and really using their voices to hold our elected officials accountable.
#CloseTheCamps is part of a nationwide protest hosted by organizations including Move On, United We Dream, and American Friends Service Committee. Attendee Hannah Pinn says she came out to demand that families be reunited and that resources are given to people seeking a better life here in the U.S.
It's a humanitarian crisis, and when children are crying out for their mothers and they're being mocked and not given resources that they need, which is their parents, it's heartbreaking.
A staff member from Congressman Greg Stanton's office came outside to take statements and notes on what protesters had to say. We reached out to the Stanton's office. They declined to comment at this time. In the studio, Amanda Slee, Cronkite News.
Federal prosecutors announced they will retry the case of No More Deaths volunteer Scott Warren. This decision is coming just 3 weeks after jurors couldn't agree whether Warren committed any crimes. Prosecutors will retry him on the 2 counts of harbouring migrants, but will dismiss that charge of conspiracy to smuggle. A hearing has been set for August 5th. Warren was the only one who faced a felony out of 9 volunteers with the humanitarian aid group that were initially charged. His first trial ended in a deadlocked jury. He is among several No More Deaths volunteers arrested in recent years. However, he faced the most severe charges, with a possible sentence of 20 years if convicted.
One of the 5 officials overseeing most Arizona utilities wants an independent investigation into how the Corporation Commission handled phone calls from a woman whose 72-year-old mother died after her power was shut off in triple-digit heat. Commissioner Leah Marquez Peterson says she'll ask the rest of the commission to support the investigation during a meeting next week. Utilities Division Director Elijah Abina reported preliminary findings of an internal investigation last week. The report says the woman asked about the rules for disconnecting service and said her mother was found dead in the home after her power was shut off. But Abina says the woman never communicated that she believes the death was related to the power disconnection. Peterson says an independent probe would provide more confidence in the findings. A predatory loan is a loan that is considered to take advantage of those who are borrowing it. It usually starts off at an appealing price, but can often lead to long-term repayments at astronomical annual percentage rates.
Arizonans for Fair Lending is a coalition that's working to put an end to predatory loans in the state of Arizona. Reporter Tanaya Williamson has more on why the coalition is fighting back. Tanaya?
Yes, well, I met with the coalition and members of the community today as they launched their effort to put an end to predatory lending once and for all. Arizonans voted to ban payday loans back in 2008. However, title loan companies are still offering loans that some say prey on those who are in vulnerable situations.
This isn't the first time we're seeing this issue. We've seen it happen in different ways in different vehicles, payday loans, flex loans, title loans.
Simone Bolding is the chairperson of Arizonans for Fair Lending and is fighting predatory lending.
And so we're really taking the initiative on behalf of working families here in the state of Arizona to make sure that predatory lending isn't taking advantage of our families that work hard or that may be in vulnerable situations financially.
Arizonans for Fair Lending kickstarted its signature gathering effort today to qualify its ballot measure for the November 2020 election. Known as the Arizona Fair Lending Act, the coalition needs 240,000 signatures to put it on the ballot.
Within vulnerable communities, we hear so many stories across the state about how they wanted to get $200 or $600 loans out, it ended up taking 3 to 6 months to actually pay it off, or they were getting charged over 100 to 150% interest.
A coalition volunteer says she herself took out a loan for what she thought was a quick way to pay a bill when she was younger.
When I was in my younger 20s, and sometimes you're not always smartest with money, and you're like, oh geez, I gotta pay bills. So you take a title loan out, and after a while you're like, geez, how am I to pay this back? Now I got another bill that I was trying to pay for my other bill.
The coalition aims to cap rates of such loans at 36% or lower. Some loans in the state of Arizona currently have an interest rate that go as high as 204%. Coalition reps say lenders are also exploiting a loophole in title lending law. Arizona allows loans secured only by a car's registration. Borrowers just need to provide a bank account or a credit card number to get a loan instead of the title to their vehicle.
No one obviously likes to talk about it. We don't like to talk about our debts, but that's why these places are everywhere, because unfortunately there's a need.
According to the Center for Responsible Lending, title lenders receive more than $250 million from borrowers annually. In the Broadcast Center, Tanai Williamson, Cronkite News.
Some new developments in the battle over the 2020 census. A civil rights attorney claims the Trump administration has decided not to include a question about citizenship on the census. The decision comes after a long legal battle, which made its way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Last week, the justices ruled the question could not be added to the census because the reasoning for doing so was insufficient. Coming up, a Nike facility set to be built in Goodyear could be going away.
We look at why Governor Doug Ducey wants to pull it, and reactions from certain athletes and the public on the issue.
And with the 4th of July around the corner, find out about how picnic prices could be cheaper than before.
It's important for us, for our own legacy, to continue to expand what PBS can offer to everybody as far as educational platforms, arts, science, nature, and then of course all the masterpiece stuff.
We think that our contribution will help to increase to make sure that these programs continue to exist.
We want those things to continue to go on forever.
For more information about including Arizona PBS in your future plans, visit azpbs.org/giving.
All of its children had come to the Mother Church of Country Music. It was almost like a badge of honor that you had to bring your culture with you to the table. That's why Bob Wills and his guys brought us Western music. That's why Hank Williams brought the South with him from Honky Tonks. Johnny Cash brought the Black Lamb Dirt of Arkansas. Bill Monroe brought music out of Kentucky bluegrass music. Willie Nelson brought his poetry from Texas. Patsy Cline brought her heartache from Virginia. I mean, it was the most wonderful parade of sons and daughters of America that brought their hearts and their souls and their experiences, and it gave us a great era in country music.
A deal to build a Nike facility in Goodyear could be in danger of falling apart after Governor Doug Ducey tweeted this morning his plan to pull $1 million in incentives from the company.
The governor's decision came after the athletic company pulled a shoe design depicting Betsy Ross's American flag. Colin Kaepernick, who represents the Nike brand, says the 13 stars and stripes flag is offensive because it represents an era when there was slavery.
Today, we asked viewers what they thought. Here are some of the responses. Jim says he works a lot with Nike and admires the company, but they always look to be politically correct, and this time they missed the boat. However, others, such as Llewellyn, say that's why they hired Kaepernick, to be a spokesman for them regarding racial ideas, themes, and issues, and they have every right to do what they did. It's their company. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter to join the conversation.
Arizona's cities have been ranked on a new list about America's best drivers. The report comes ahead of the Independence Day holiday, the deadliest day on the roads. According to the report from Allstate, the city of Phoenix fell several spots to number 63 on a list of 200 U.S. cities. Among the safest, Brownsville, Texas, Boise, Idaho, and Huntsville, Alabama. The worst city for safe driving is Baltimore, Maryland, followed by Washington, D.C. Phoenix is not the only Arizona city that made the list. Scottsdale ranked at number 15, followed by Mesa, then Tempe at 64, and Glendale at 89, with the worst drivers here in the Valley.
Mule deer are helping to plan future road projects in northern Arizona. The state's Game and Fish Department put collars on 20 mule deer to track their movement every day for 3 years. The data will be used by traffic engineers for road planning, specifically to help avoid crashes between vehicles and the deer. The collars transmit data every 3 hours. Officials say the collars are designed to fall off the deer after 3 years. And the 4th of July doesn't change much from year to year. Fireworks, flags, parades, and this year, the cost of your holiday cookout won't be changing much either. That's the word from the American Farm Bureau, which says fixings for a traditional cookout will cost less than 1% more than they did last year. Julian Padas reports from our Washington Bureau.
4th of July is around the corner, and shoppers like John Jacobs said that farmers markets are great options to shop at for the Independence Day cookouts ahead.
I mean, I think they're reasonable. It's good produce, it's good food, it's fun.
But farmers markets aren't the only place for good prices this summer. According to the American Farm Bureau, the cost for a traditional cookout for 10 people is up less than 1% from last year.
All the items that you use for a 4th of July cookout have seen their prices remain very affordable for consumers, so we haven't seen the cost of the meal increase or decrease dramatically.
The Bureau sent volunteers out to grocery stores in 34 states to price a holiday cookout.
So those volunteer shoppers found that a cookout for 10, the price of a cookout for 10 was $52.80.
Or $5.28 per person, about a penny more per person.
What we've seen across farm country is commodity prices, livestock prices have been low for a number of years now. What that's ultimately translated into is cheaper prices for the consumer.
While prices for watermelons, hot dogs, and ground beef rose slightly from last year, prices for cheese, potato salad, and lemonade fell. Newton said increased milk production led to lower consumer prices on dairy products like cheese. It's not all burgers and dogs for some cookouts, though.
I think it's a great place to get fresh food if you're planning to have people over. It makes a great, again, gazpacho, fruit salads, jams, pies, peach pie, maybe on my menu.
And it's not just supermarkets. Jacob says he enjoys doing his Independence Day shopping at the farmer's market.
Great option. Yeah, there's nowhere else to get fresh produce in downtown on the weekday.
I spoke with some of the vendors, and they said that business tends to be slow around this time of the year, as people will be out of town for the 4th of July. In Washington, Julian Padas, Cronkite News.
The news was even better for shoppers here in the state. A similar picnic basket survey by the Arizona Farm Bureau found that it would cost $49.17 to put on the same 10-person cookout here, or less than $5 per person. Coming up, reviving the Santa Cruz River.
The city of Tucson is taking steps to bring back a stretch of the historic waterway. What we know about the project underway right now, and why the city says the environment will benefit from it.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
Welcome to another edition of Cronkite Sports Now. I'm Taylor Rocha. Let's talk sports.
For the latest on local sports and beyond, we've got you covered.
Let's do this thing.
We challenge reporters to go beyond, a game story. We want stories with depth.
It's just a crucial step from the college experience into the professional experience while you're still in school.
At Cronkite Sports Now, watch the journalists of tomorrow cover sports today.
Water is now running steadily in what was previously a dead riverbed.
That's thanks to the efforts of Tucson water officials who are restoring a stretch of the Santa Cruz River from a 70-year dry spell. Digital reporter Melissa Robbins joins us and has the details on this restoration effort. Melissa?
A pipeline now jumps up to 2.8 million gallons of treated wastewater every day into part of the Santa Cruz River, starting south of downtown Tucson. Just this past weekend, the water flow reached almost 2.5 miles, surpassing the city's expectations. The water is supposed to peter out about a mile and a half down the riverbed. In response, the city lowered the flow to keep the river stream just past Congress Street. Tucson city officials, residents, and environmentalists see a lot of positives to restoring this section of the Santa Cruz River. But there are concerns about potential flood risks during monsoon season, and there are questions about the quality of the water. Officials with Tucson Water are warning people to avoid swimming or drinking the river water as it is not 100% purified. City officials say they want to keep the water as natural as possible so they won't over-engineer it. Tucson Water says if there's continued public support for bringing the Santa Cruz back to life, the city will consider projects down the river. In the studio, I'm Melissa Robbins.
The Woodbury fire burning east of Phoenix could potentially derail some 4th of July plans. Officials are likely to keep several areas closed, including Apache Lake, campgrounds, picnic sites, and trailheads. The closure could remain in place even after the holiday. The Woodbury fire is 80% contained. It's the 5th largest fire in Arizona's history at nearly 124,000 acres. Officials still don't know what exactly sparked the fire, but they say it's human-caused.
As we get closer to the holiday, many of you are wondering what the weather will be like on the 4th of July.
Lindsay Amundsen is tracking our forecast for the rest of the week.
Thank you, guys. First, let's take a look at the current temperatures here in Arizona. In Phoenix, we're sitting at 107 degrees. Down in Tucson, they're at 103. And over in Lake Havasu, they're at 106 degrees. But as we head up north, they're definitely feeling those cooler temperatures. 84 in the Grand Canyon, 79 in Flagstaff, and 85 over here in Window Rock. But as our night continues to wind down, so will those temperatures. 105 degrees at 6 p.m. and we'll be cooling off to 101 degrees when the sun sets at 8 p.m. and back down to 96 degrees by 10 p.m. As we head into tomorrow, those temperatures will rise again as we start our day at 87 degrees at 8 a.m., heating up to 99 degrees by noon and up to our high of 105 degrees by 4 p.m. As we take a look at the rest of the week, the 4th of July is on Thursday. The sun will be shining all day long as we hit a high of 106 degrees and a low of 80 degrees through the night. Friday, it will be sunny with a high of 106 degrees, and into the weekend, we'll be heating up to 108 degrees on Saturday. The clouds will roll in on Sunday, reaching a high of 107 degrees and back down to 106 for Monday and Tuesday. Live in the Weather Center, I'm Lindsay Amundsen.
Coming up, you don't have to drive to the beach to go surfing.
You can hit the waves right here in the valley.
We're showing you one of the first wave pools ever created in the US and why surfers are still loving it 5 decades later.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
When we first started giving to PBS, we were much younger and gave what we felt we could. And then as the years went by, we just felt that it was part of what we wanted to do, that we didn't want to leave all our money just to our family, that there were other places, and PBS is the kind of platform that enables so many people to enrich their lives.
For more information about including Arizona PBS in your future plans, visit azpbs.org/giving.
surfers in the valley are finding a home of their own.
Lindsay Amundsen is in the studio with more.
For 50 years, surfers have been riding the wave at Waikiki Beach in Tempe, but surfing in the middle of the desert isn't exactly what you'd expect.
In the ocean, you have this beautiful, quiet, smooth, rolling water, and you just sort of slide into it. Here it's more abrupt. It's like being shot out of a cannon.
Big Surf's wave pool was the first one in the United States and produces a wave every 3 minutes. And although it's the same wave every time, that doesn't matter to the surfers.
The ones that come here regularly love it. We realize it is what it is as far as a wave. We love our wave. It's our wave, and, you know, we're a good tribe.
When the wave comes, there can be as many as 8 or 9 people surfing at one time. It's not ideal, but these surfers make it work.
We have certain rules here which are based on sharing the wave, and there is no ocean priority. It's what they call a party wave.
But at Big Surf, it's not about surfing the most waves or having the best ride. It's about the surf family they've created.
If someone's not feeling it that day, everyone's there to support them. And if someone is having trouble catching a wave, someone will give up their wave for that person too.
We're a very tight-knit group. We get together after surfing. Even off season, we're together doing parties and barbecues. It's a very, very good family.
This wave means everything to the surfers that come every morning, and they sacrifice a lot just to ride their wave.
They can't go to work when they need to go to work. They can't run their errands when they need to. They'll be here instead and jam everything else into the rest of their day.
Big Surf's Party Wave runs every morning and night. They offer memberships, surf lessons, and is available for any level of experience. Live in the broadcast center, Lindsay Amundsen, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a special meeting of the Phoenix City Council takes up the issue of a Citizens Review Board for police and a look at the talented but forgotten designers of mid-century Phoenix architecture.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Next time on Nazi mega weapons.
It's an incredible structure.
This place was groundbreaking.
This changes the history of the modern age.
This is the story of Hitler's rocket program.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS.